On air. Do you know what?
Good afternoon once again. We do apologize for that technical hit. It's good to have your company this Saturday at the 15th day of April 2023. Coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Pleasure to be here to serve you and straight into our activities as far as the lunchtime news is concerned. The Archbishop Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu is to present a case of breaking away from the Church of England during a planned GAFCON conference that is in Kigali, Rwanda this year. This follows what Church of Uganda interprets as a violation of biblical teachings on marriage by the Church of England and others. This was communicated during a press conference held at the Archbishop's Palace at Namirembe Hill while briefing the media on the GAFCON conference.
Church of Uganda is to join the rest of other Christian countries to attend the 4th Global Anglican Future Conference, which is to be held in Kigali, Rwanda. According to the Archbishop of Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, over 200 Christians from different dioceses in Uganda are expected to attend this conference.
Every one of our 37 dioceses is represented. Bishops, wives, clergy, and lay readers from around the country will represent the Church of Uganda.
Kazimba highlighted on the purpose of this conference towards Christian community and in restoring the authentic Anglican biblical faith.
There will be inspiring worship, Bible teaching from the book of Colossians, and practical sessions on a variety of topics relevant to ministry in our contemporary world.
Kazimba, however, cited that it is during this conference that Church of Uganda will present its case of breaking away from Church of England, since it violated the rights governing the church.
The Bible consistently teaches that homosexuality is a sin. God, therefore, cannot bless what he calls sin. Those who teach something different than what the Bible teaches are considered false teachers to the existing leadership structure in the global Anglican communion. They have not only failed to discipline such false teaching, but have allowed it to spread like cancer to other Anglican provinces.
The 4th Global Anglican Church Conference, which will bring more than 1,300 delegates from 53 countries, will be held from 17th to 21st April 2023 under the theme, "To whom shall we go? To whom shall we go?" GAFCON began in 2008 as a Global Anglican Future Conference and a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Deborah Namamonde, Susan Nabugudde, UBC News.
Now moving on, Karamoja Affairs Minister Mary Goreti Kitutu has been granted a cash bail of 10 million Uganda shillings and her sureties 200 million Uganda shillings non-cash each. Her brother Michael Naboya was also granted cash bail of 3 million Uganda shillings and 100 million Uganda shillings non-cash for his sureties. Kitutu and her brother are facing charges of causing loss of public property by diverting 14,500 pieces of iron sheets that were meant to benefit the people of Karamoja and the Karamoja Community Empowerment Program.
As Minister for Karamoja Affairs Mary Goretti Kitutu and her brother Michael Kitutu Naboya were appearing before court. Before Magistrate Joan Yasiro, Minister Kitutu, as directed during the last court sitting, presented 5 sureties for court to grant her bail. Those who stood sureties for Minister Kitutu include Dominic Jududu Mafabi, State Minister for Eudare, Godfrey Wakoli, Member of Parliament for Butiru Kaunti, Manafa District, Peter Christopher Werike, Member of Parliament for Bawulo West Constituency, and Gregory Mafabi, a businessman. Through her lawyers Michael Wamasepo, Jody Byamukama and John Musime, Minister Kitutu asked court to release on bail with fair and reasonable conditions. In her ruling, Chief Magistrate Joan Yasiro, following the substantiality of the presented sureties, was pleased and granted Minister Kitutu bail of 10 million cash and 200 million non-cash to sureties.
So A1's bail is granted on the following terms and conditions. 1, A1 is going to make a cash deposit of 10 million shillings. Sureties, each of you is bonded to 200 million shillings, not cash. Then thirdly, the land titles, the 2 land titles will be deposited with this court.
Relatedly, Magistrate Asilo also granted bail of 3 million to Michael Naboya Kitutu, Minister's brother.
Each surety is bonded to 100 million shillings, not cash. So should he abscond, please be ready to deliver 100 million.
In the same court, prosecution led by Jonathan Muwaganya responded to the application in which defense John Musime raised the point of sub judice rule on how the DPP's office and the media are handling the matter outside court.
Provided that the publications are not on the merits of the case, we would be overstretching the sub judice rule.
Following prosecution's submissions, defense, however, withdrew the application, notifying court to make a formal application regarding this issue come the next court sitting. This case will resume on 27th April 2023. For mention,
we come with her from the same district with my colleague, so definitely wouldn't want to say that Goretti will run away. How would he run? Then the whole district will have no representation, because all of us here may end up being committed, but that cannot happen. What has happened is not something which is difficult. But
yeah, this is our sister. We hail from the same area. We've worked together in cabinet in the previous years, and as one of the leaders from our zone, I'm glad that bail has been granted. Of course, we all are law-abiding citizens. This is what we have been looking forward to, and I gladly welcome the decision of her worship.
Deborah Namamonde, Nantongo Rebecca, UBC News.
In more news, the Minister of State for Planning and Economic Development, Amos Lugolobi, was on Friday evening arrested and detained, and Kira Division Police confirmed the arrest via its Twitter handle. And the arrest of Minister Lugolobi comes at a time the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Mary Goretti Kitutu, has been granted a 10 billion bail. Well, good to know, still following up this particular newscast. The Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Esther Davina, has flagged off food relief items to over 115 administrative areas of Karamoja. The exercise took place at the OPM offices here in Kampala.
Karamoja region is experiencing an extended dry spell that has affected food security, leaving behind vulnerable population of about 315,000 people experienced with high levels of acute food security. The Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, Esther Davina Anyukun, disclosed this as she flagged off food relief to the region. An estimate of 230,000 people are to receive food relief.
Following the approval of 135 billion through the cabinet, that was in July 2022, towards the provision of relief food to Karamoja sub-region and other affected areas across the country. The Ministry of Finance and Planning, Economic Development has released so far 40 billion out of the 135 billion shillings. The Office of the Prime Minister has procured food from the recent release of 20 billion shillings by the Ministry of Finance. That was in February 2023. Karamoja sub-region has been allocated 2,260,000 kilograms of maize, of flour, and then 1,130,000 kilograms of beans.
Meanwhile, the Office of the Prime Minister through National Emergency and Operations Center will continue to issue early warning alerts to corrupt leaders.
Yeah, I think this is very clear. We know very well what is going on right now at the Office of the Prime Minister. Anybody who is going to create that kind of environment of mismanaging this food will face the consequences. They are aware about it. We have put it in written, and all the cows know very well that any food, it has been in the cows letter. We are saying the leaders of the sub-county, including someone representing the GISO and also representatives from the RDC's office, have to be in that sub-county. Also, the team from OPM is going to be there during the day of distribution.
The ministers say they are working with the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Fisheries to embark on improving agriculture in Karamoja.
As we speak right now, around 15 tractors have been deployed in the region to open as much land as they can. 10 of them are in Nablatuk and 5 of them are in Kabong district. And then there are also 250 HP tractors that have been allocated to Napak district, a fuel tanker, a mobile workshop, and also 30 walking tractors. All these are aimed at opening and plowing substantial land for sustainable food production in the region.
Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Now, crossing over to the Muslim brethren, they have been advised to observe the night of power in the remaining days of Ramadan and have been asked to utilize these days by reading the Holy Quran. This was in the message by the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mobaji, during an iftar dinner at the National Water and Sewage Corporation offices in Kampala. He was represented by Sheikh Ziad Lowanga.
Muslims have been advised to put much effort in the odd nights of Ramadan by observing the 5 daily prayers and their sunnah, reading the Holy Quran, offer charity and mention words of praise of the Almighty and Prophet Muhammad. In an iftar dinner at National Water and Sewage Corporation offices in Kampala, the head of Zakat Uganda Muslim Supreme Council asked Muslims to give Zakat before Eid.
Allow me to congratulate and thank the Muslims of Uganda and the world at large upon having successfully reached the last days of the holy month of Ramadan. May Allah accept our fasting, reward us with His mercy and forgiveness.
The Deputy Director Sharia, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Sheikh Salim Bosa, commended Muslims that have observed the Islamic code of dressing and advised Muslims to follow the teachings of Prophet Muhammad.
Oyitirize nnyo oyo obutajijja ku lulimi paka bwe balirangirira kyenkyayidi naye nga tojje ku lulimi lw'ekigambo kigaa nti Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. Olaba otya ng'ekiro kye kikusanze ng'osabira kampuni eno emikisa? Olaba otya nga kikusanze ng'osabira zadde lyo? Era mbye tubateekako nnyo essira okusaba kwe kusaba Allah tuwe ejjana. Kubanga ejjana eri mu buli byonna. Ensi eno salimu buhulu terimu byonna. Naye byonna biri mu ki? Biri mu jjana.
The Managing Director, National Water and Sewage Corporation, Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha, thanked customers for their continued support towards the corporation.
I just want to dedicate this period to rethinking, and again in the spirit of hard work, rethinking how we can tackle the issue of water losses, especially in Kampala. The coastal areas are clear. One of the areas is measurement, the way we measure our water. The other area is illegal connections, people who bypass our facilities and take the water without being charged.
Omuntu yenna atunda ettaka oba ennyumba walam yaj'al thamanaha bimithliha, n'atazaawo ssente, yani n'atazaawo kiri kyaguze, tateekamu Allah baraka. Kyova olaba bakomekereza abasiraanye.
National Water and Sewage Corporation awarded their best customers. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Well, the same talk as far as Saum is concerned. Kenya Commercial Bank, Uganda, has renewed its commitment and more support towards the Uganda Muslim fraternity, mainly during this fasting season. While addressing the congregation during the Iftar dinner at Hotel Africana here in Kampala, the KCB Bank Uganda manager Edgar Byama said that giving back to the communities is something that the bank prides in. Uganda manager Edgar Byama addressed the congregation and emphasized the importance of giving back to the communities where the bank operates.
And it is a privilege and honor, but also a pleasure to be here to join the Muslim community, particularly our customers and staff, to this iftar dinner as they break the fast for today. Why are we doing this? We always do it. However, today we expanded it to also include our customers. We have always done it for our staff, who are integral in our operations, but our customers also play a big role. As you know, the Muslim community are very big business players, and we are very active with the business community.
He noted that the bank is refocusing its efforts to remain up to date with all trends in order to create opportunities and provide banking solutions for individuals and businesses that will enhance growth and welfare.
With both Sharia banking and mainstream banking, and will be ready when and if the regulations are passed to roll out Sharia banking in the country. Interest rates is a work in progress. Interest rates will continue together with other industry players, the government of Uganda. The key thing is to try and lower the cost of doing business across, whether it is our customers, whether it is banking business, and that way then the cost of finance will come down.
The event was attended by the Muslim community and the Imam of Makerere, Juma Mayanja, who appreciated the bank's efforts in supporting the community during this holy month.
Because during these 10 last nights, there is a night which is called Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, the night of glory. In that night, whatever is going to happen the following year is ordainments, deaths, births, calamities, whatever is predetermined in this night. So it is very important that a Muslim does not waste time, but should actually try to utilize that time, because the worship you do in that one night is better than the worship of 83 years and 4 months.
With this gesture, the bank aims to show its support for the Muslim community during this important time of spiritual reflection and renewal. Sandra Kahunde, UBC News. UBC Lunchtime News. Students who have been attending online studies under the IBVE program have graduated at Makerere University. While presiding over the graduation ceremony, the principal of College of Computing at Makerere University, Professor Tony Oyana, asked the graduates to embrace the values of hard work, honesty, and good character to enable them compete in the job market. The training was facilitated by the Indian government.
Over 300 students that have been attending online studies under IVA program facilitated by Indian government have been awarded diplomas, bachelors and masters at Makerere University.
By the virtue of the authority trusted to me by our Indian partners, I confer upon you the degree of Masters of Business Administration.
The graduates have been tasked to adopt soft skills in order to boost their chances of employability.
Strive for clarity. Many times people are not clear. There is a word I see local people use, ndi clear. It is important because many times we lose on that front because we are not clear. Clarity is good in our lives. Clarity is good in your workplaces.
This program was renewed in 2018 by the government of India in collaboration with Ugandan government to facilitate the e-learning studies under EVOB.
Today we graduated 185 students. Those are students that are under the Makerere MOU with Amity University Direct. This is an MOU where Makerere University is partnering with Amity University specifically. Then we have 154 students who graduated from the EVBAB project, which is the collaboration between the African Union, the Indian government, and the African countries in which the scholarships are offered.
The graduates have appreciated the government of India and Makerere University for enabling them to complete their studies remotely.
I would like to give a vote of thanks to the Indian Commission or the Indian Embassy for giving us this scholarship to study and, upgrade our grades.
In more news, a mobile telecommunication network Uganda with other development partners have embarked on enhancing and creating more learning spaces to address limited learning space challenges in the rural areas. The head of MTN Foundation, Brian Mbasa, said this during the handover of a fully equipped 3-classroom block in Nyimbwa, a sub-county in Lowero district.
The head of MTN Foundation, Brian Mbasa, explained that the company has already constructed 13 schools nationwide with a focus on creating conducive learning environment.
We find schools where there are very many children. The environment is not good for or conducive for learning. And so when we met Peace, we committed to work with them. And the journey has been a very fruitful journey. I wish to also highlight, in addition to the 13, we have worked with Peace to support other schools across Uganda. And we have been able to work with 6 schools with Peace as well. And of course, with that, we have also created over 1,080 spaces.
The newly constructed classrooms are expected to reduce overcrowding in schools, thereby providing students with a better learning experience.
The children, first of all, in the classes, they are congested, that the teacher doesn't look as an instructor, but he looks as a preacher, because one individual addresses around 100 pupils in one class.
On his part, Lowero District Education Officer Kiemba Enoch, who presided over this event, thanked MTN Uganda for aiding schools in the district, and he also encouraged schools to implement the new curriculum, which aims to empower students become job creators.
In this new curriculum, there is that bit of DIT. I want to inform you that next year, the first batch are going to sit these exams come 2024. So be prepared, ensure that learners are well prepared so that that first batch gives us a correct direction.
This move is a significant step towards improving the quality of education in rural areas, and parents and teachers are optimistic about the positive impact it will have on students.
Grateful to the MTN Foundation for walking the journey with Peace of expanding access to a sustainably delivered quality education across Africa.
It has helped us because we have had few classrooms and some classes were squeezed, so the senior ones and the senior 1 and senior 3 broke.
There is always much heat. So because we are very many, we are occupied. But right now I think that problem will be solved.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Looking forward to having more of your company for more updates shortly after these messages when I return.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundawa. Best groups I teach you. When I'm going to which the muscari. Because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's serious you. What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
She is our family's pride, and as her father, I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Yokato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. Good to know you're still watching this newscast. Now, and more updates before we let you go enjoy your Saturday. The National Alliance of Agricultural Cooperatives in Uganda has urged farmers in the country to invest in the agriculture insurance companies to avoid losses in the event of any disasters caused by climate change. This was at their third annual general meeting held at Hotel Triangle that was organized to discuss ways to combat the climate change that has become a problem in the country today.
Farmers have been asked to invest in agriculture insurance companies to avoid losses associated with weather and other vagaries of nature.
The cabinet decided to open up and acknowledge the fact that farmers need to be helped. That weather crop that had not been insured came in with that. And as we talk now, many insurance companies have tried to go to their farmers. Now we are trying to encourage the farmers to make sure that they insure their crops so that at least, and pay up the insurance fund so that they benefit from the insurance. Otherwise, if they don't do that, they will not benefit.
The NAC chairman, Geoffrey Sayecho, thanked the government for the good relationship it has established between them and urged farmers to get involved in government agriculture projects, including training courses for farmers on how to fight the problems they face in farming.
And I want also to, in this respect, I want to thank the government of Uganda. They have gone ahead to actually put in place a subsidy of 50% on all premiums that are supposed to be paid by farmers. And in some cases, those premiums have been subsidized up to about 70%. So we are encouraging farmers to organize themselves, to take advantage of some of these developments, such that the impact of the climate change is really minimal on them.
Farmers from different areas shared their problems and solutions.
I come from now to Babado seed. We basically grow a lot of granules in Uganda. You will never find granules like you will find it in my place. That one I bet. At the time of harvest, like last season, the kilo was at 3,500 to 4,000. That's what a farmer received. Right now, a kilo is being sold at 8,000. It's just a difference of 4 months.
Sudat Kaye and Nicholas Nduga, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching. More news updates will be coming your later on at timely news hours of the day. Have a beautiful weekend. And of course, keep watching the national broadcast. More is to come your way. My name is Sandra Kahunde from the entire team. God bless you.